This is Gamer Soul King coming to you with part 3 of Beginner's Guide to Star Citizen. This is for 4.8.2, and we're going to continue where we left off at from part 2. This is part 3, and I'm going to show y'all how to um, call for launch clearance from your personal hangar. So, and to make it easier, we have quick keys we can use. We can either use the quick key method, which is holding the Alt key, and tapping the N key. But we're gonna go old school and just use the the mobiGlas way. So you want to go to your comms section here, go to your friends tab. You want to look for Area 18 landing services, or any area that you are currently at. Their services will be at the top of the screen. So for mine being at Area 18, it's going to be Area 18 landing services. You just want to click on the arrow on the right side to ask for launch clearance, and there we are. We just asked for launch clearance, and you see at the top of your screen, hangar request completed. So now we can go ahead and power on our systems on our ship, and you can use an interaction to look for power on or flight ready. It might take a little bit of time, so make sure you scroll over the buttons slowly until you find something that says engine on or flight ready. Preferably you want to look for flight ready. Or if you're having trouble looking for the power on button, you can do it manually by using the instructions on the bottom right section of the screen. It says power toggle for the U key. I'm using U key, so we just use the U key to get the power on the ship started, and then thrusters would be the I key. Or if you want to do it another way, you can look for engines on from there. Now our engines are on, and now we can initiate takeoff. Or if your hangar doors closed, you just ask for clearance again from the comm section. Of course, go back up to friends, and then you just ask for clearance once again. Then the doors will open back up, and like I said at the beginning, you could always use the quick access keys by holding down the Alt key and tapping the N key to ask for launch clearance that way, which is quicker. So now that we got our doors are opening up, we can switch to the external view, so we can take a good look of how our ship takes off. Make sure we don't hit no walls or doors, anything as we take off. And for launching your ship, you want to hold down, you want to kind of tap the space bar key. Tap the space bar, keep tapping until you lift up out of your hangar, or you can hold it down until you decide to just go up a little quicker, because you won't lift off too fast. You can hold down the spacebar key if you like, and then once you are fully launched out of your hangar, you can hit the N key to raise your landing gear. Just tap the N key and your ship will go into flight mode. To now and point your ship upwards to start your position to fly upwards out of the atmosphere and into space. So now that you are pointing in the upwards direction, I normally do about at an angle of 60, for like 50 to 60. If I angle my ship upwards, you could either use. Okay, now we're doing a bit of a flip there. That was fun. All right, but we're going. I normally angle it between 50 and 60 angle. Okay. And then we just hit the W, hold down the W key to move our ship forward. And if you feel like you're moving kind of slow, make sure you're not in battle mode. By battle mode, I mean where your shields are activated and you are ready to use your weapons. But flight mode and battle mode, you can switch between them two by just holding down the B key. So now I'm going into battle mode. Battle mode activates your shields and it slows down your ship for battle. So you can maneuver a lot better during battle, during like dogfights and everything. It allows you to better control your ship. And while you're not in battle, you can switch it back to flight mode, which also activates your quantum drive. Quantum drive is what you use to travel from place to place quickly. So I'm gonna switch it back to flight mode by holding down the B key. And now we can move quite a bit faster now. It allows us to use the full power of our engines in flight mode. And if you want to go a little bit faster, you can hold down the shift key, the left shift key, to activate your afterburners. And you want to pay attention to your AB section of your heads-up display. That's your afterburner bar decreasing. You don't want to let it get to the red zone. And by AB, I mean this is your afterburner bar. I don't really recommend getting it to the red section. Just deplete it right before the red section if you want to. If you want to use it up completely, that's totally fine. It just takes a little bit longer for it to refill if you overuse your afterburner. So we're gonna get ourselves out into space using our afterburner. Oh, and if you can't wait to get further into space, you can always highlight a destination from one of these blue circles, and they represent different locations that you can fast travel to. So like if you want to go to the spaceport above ArcCorp. Let's see. If you can't locate it, you can always use your Mobi-Glass. Well, we found it, and you want to center it in your reticle, and then use your quantum travel. You just hit the right mouse button, I think. Where's the left mouse button, I believe. Let's see. Once again, like I said in previous videos, I'm using the controller, so it is the left mouse button if you're using keyboard and mouse. Just tap the left mouse button and you initiate quantum travel or fast travel. Now we have just fast travel to the spaceport above ArcCorp. And that's a quick rundown of how to travel in the game and everything. From point to point, you just make sure you highlight where you want to go. If it's in blue, you are in position to travel to it. If it's in red, you cannot travel to it because it's either it's too close to you or it's being obstructed. So anything that's obstructed, you cannot travel to. Anything that's red, you are, like it says, it's too close to you, so you can't travel to it. It would just say too close. Even though it's calibrating and saying it's ready, you're still too close to fast travel to it. So that's a quick instructions on how to travel in the verse. Highlight a blue circle in the verse, or if you want a more thorough instructions on how to travel further, you just pull up your mobiGlas, of course using the F1 key. Then you go down here to the maps right here, you click on it, and using your mouse wheel, you want to push the mouse going forward on your mouse wheel will zoom in, going back on your mouse wheel will zoom out. So if there's any destination or point you would like to travel to, you hold down the left mouse button to rotate the map, and if it's out of your view, you zoom out, or you want to pan left, right, up and down, forward and back, you hold down the right mouse button so you can pan around the map. So like if you want to travel to, so like you pan over to Lyria and you want to travel to it, you just click on it once with the left mouse button, of course, and you want to go over here to this box over here under search locations. You see Lyria is highlighted in this jurisdiction of ArcCorp. So you want to go down here to see where it says route to its location. You want to left click it, and then it sets up a route for you for fast travel. And just exit out of the map, hitting the F1 key, and then you can highlight. You can move your ship to the highlighted direction. And if you're out of view, if it's out of view of your ship is obstructed, so you want to move into a section of space where your destination you're trying to fast travel to is no longer obstructed. So you want to move around a bit. You want to get further above ArcCorp. Most of the time when using fast travel, it normally would give you a waypoint to use to get into position to travel to your destination, fast travel to the destination. So since our Lyria is obstructed, we are going to go to Walla instead from our map. I'm going to pan over to Walla, pick that. I'm going to route it in our systems. And then we can turn our ship over to where it where to find Voila. As you can see this circle right here with this arrow pointing this way, you need to turn your ship to position yourself in the direction of travel to your destination or Voila. So get Voila in your reticle or crosshairs. Wait for it to say ready at the top of the screen. That means you're ready for fast travel, and just click the left mouse button. You might have to hold down the left mouse button. I believe you got to hold it down to initiate the fast travel actually. So just to be sure, we are going to actually try another location. This is a waypoint here, and holding down. Yep. So you hold down the left mouse button to activate fast travel. Just make sure that you have your ship set in a flight mode using the B key. If you're not in flight mode, it should look like this. It shouldn't have your fast travel mode or flight mode will be turned off, and you have access to your weapons. You can find your weapons and everything, stuff like that. And getting back to flight mode, you just of course hold down the B key like I had mentioned earlier, and now it's spooling up your fast travel. Now it is ready and online, and you can get to fast travel to any point you want. Once again, that's by making sure it's centered in your heads-up display or your crosshairs, and hold down the left mouse button, and that's it. It's a pretty simple way to figure out how to fast travel. You just let your fast travel spool up to it says online. Always wait for it to say online before you try to initiate fast travel. And that's a quick rundown of how to travel around. Hopefully that was very helpful for y'all, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you like, if you enjoyed the content, and I'll see you on the next video. And as I always say, stay gaming out there.